Creator and ruler of heaven and earth, we beseech thee to inspire and guide all our counsels and actions, so that we may always walk in the path of justice, love, and charity to one another. Help us with thy grace to do only those things that will promote the unity, peace, happiness, and prosperity of Nigeria. Another announcement? Okay. Honorable colleagues, I've examined and approved the votes and proceedings of Wednesday, 5th March 2025. We have some couple of announcements starting from our visitors. Students from Renewal International Academy, coming all the way from Kuchikau, Karu local government of Nasarawa State. Please, can you rise for recognition? Honorable members, can we appreciate their presence, please? Please sit down. You can sit down. We also have with us students from Goodness Montessori School, New Karu, Nasarawa State as well. Can we appreciate their presence, honorable colleagues? You are most welcome. Please sit down. On a sad note, honorable colleagues, we have two messages coming from honorable members concerning the death of some of their loved ones. With your kind permission, I will read the first message coming from Right Honorable Yusuf Adamu Gadi. And the message reads as follows: condolence message on the passing of former Controller General of the Nigerian Immigration Service, Mr. Shifu David Paradang. He said, "It is with deep shock and profound sadness that I extend my heartfelt condolences to the family, friends, and associates of the late Mr. Shifu David Paradang, a distinguished statesman and an exceptional public servant who served Nigeria diligently as the former Controller General of the Nigeria Immigration Service. Mr. Paradang was an embodiment of integrity, discipline, and commitment to national service. His tenure at the helm of the Nigeria Immigration Service was marked by his unwavering dedication to strengthening border security, upholding professionalism, and instituting reforms that greatly improved the service. His patriotism and leadership remain an enduring legacy in Nigeria's security architecture. Beyond his remarkable career, Mr. Paradang was a mentor, a community leader, and a man of great humility, whose impact extended beyond the walls of the public service. His contribution to nation building and his unwavering commitment to justice, equity, and fairness will never be forgotten. His death is not only a loss to his family, but to the entire nation, especially to the people of Plateau State, who held him in high esteem. In this moment of grief, I pray that the Almighty grant his soul eternal rest and give his family the strength and fortitude to bear this irreparable loss. May his legacy of service and integrity continue to inspire us all. Please accept my deepest sympathy. Signed, Right Honorable Yusuf Ademi Gadi. PhD, OON. The second notification is coming from Honorable Bello Isa Ambarura, and his message reads as follows. I've been directed by Honorable Isa Mohammed Anka, member representing Anka, Talata, Mafara, Federal Constituency of Zamfara State, to inform the Honorable House that he has lost his beloved mother, Hajia Khadija, on 2nd March 2025 at her residence in Anka. She died at the age of 108. She left behind 10 children. Among them is Honorable Isa Mohammed Anka. She has since been buried according to Islamic rites. May her gentle soul rest in peace and grant her Al-Jannah Firdaus, Amen. In this respect, I would like to crave the indulgence of the Honorable House to observe a 1-minute silence for the repose of our gentle soul. Signed, Honorable Bello Isa Mbarura. For Honorable Isa M. Anka. Honorable colleagues, please shall we rise. May their soul rest in peace. Any member with petition? Starting from the chairman of petition movers, Honorable Oke.
Thank you, Your Excellency, the Speaker and the People's Speaker, esteemed colleagues. My name is Barrister Jesse Okejo Onakalus. Mr. Speaker and distinguished colleagues, I represent the Nigerians, especially the habit of Lagos, which is Solo. Mr. Speaker, I have two worded petitions written to you because of your antecedent in answering people's questions. This one is signed on behalf of Umunola community in Oka, Anambra State. Signed by Sam Madbuko Chidebre Joseph, Honorable Uchenna Okonkwo, and 3 others against one Kingsley Emeka Nwanne Ogwejofo, a.k.a. Emeka Morgan, who have been using the instrument of police to threaten the lives of this community, harass, intimidate. Mr. Speaker and distinguished colleagues, the petitioners are craving your indulgence to put a stop to this harassment. And the second one is from Mr. Victor Osini, on behalf of Umuti community, Ndokwa East, local government of Delta State, and the petition goes as this. Petition to the Speaker of the House of Representatives from the operation by Nigerian Petroleum Development Company, operating in Ndokwa for non-compliance with the provision of the Petroleum Industrial Act, Section 351, Sub 2, Section 421, Sub 1 and Sub 2 of the Petroleum Industrial Act regarding the appointment of Umuti community to the Host Community Development Trust Board in Nigeria. Mr. Speaker and distinguished colleagues, their prayers are well engrafted, and Mr. Speaker, I seek your imprimatur to lay this petition.
Please go ahead. Go ahead and lay your petitions. Any more petitions? Honorable Okanta, after you, Honorable Victor.
Mr. Speaker, point of order.
Point of order?
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
What's the point of order, please?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Solomon Bob. I'm raising this point of order on on the basis of the constitutional provision. I'm referring, there are a few provisions, but the one that can really come to mind now is section 72. And I think it has become a pattern in this House for members to go and ferret out petitions from everywhere and bring to this place. This place, we all represent constituencies. You focus your attention to the place you represent. You can't go around the country scouring for petitions and bring them here. If they approach you, tell them to go and meet the member representing the area. At the very least, you consult the person representing the area, and two of you can work on it. This, my honorable friend here, represents a constituency in Lagos. What I'm seeing is that the petition is talking about concerning somewhere in Anambra State. It might be from Anambra, but for the purpose of this House, it represents a constituency in Lagos State. That is the constituency. With us all, for clarity, let me read this place to you, sir.
No, I understand you don't need to read anything.
Okay, so that's the point. A few weeks ago.
Thank you so much for the observation. I think what Honorable Bob is saying is supposed to be the ideal, where no provision of the Constitution prohibits any member from taking petition from another constituency, because the whole entire country is our constituency. But as much as possible, we need to be restricting ourselves to our constituencies. Where we need to take any petition from any other constituency, there is the need for us to really liaise with the member representing that constituency, so that at least we appear to be working on the same issue. I don't think if we need to debate on that. It is a point of order, and it is noted. And please, members, let us adhere as much as possible to restrict ourselves to our constituencies, and where we need to go beyond, let there be some kind of consultation with the member representing that particular constituency. Thank you very much.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Oke, please, we have ruled on this. Don't bring this issue. Let us allow the sleeping dog lie. Please, I beg you. Please, let us not revisit this issue. It's just a reminder which is quite in order. Please. Please, I beg you. Please go ahead and lay your petitions. Any more petitions, please? Honorable Okonta.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, this petition, my name is Honorable Chris Nkwanta, and I represent the good people of Okwa East and West Federal Constituency in Abia State. Mr. Speaker, this petition is from Umore Concerned Youth Forum. This petition is titled, Petition by Concerned Youth Forum of Umore Asa, Isimiri Autonomous Community, Okwa West, Local Government Area of Umore Community, Okwa West Local Government Area, Nigeria, as represented by Engineer Obonna Nnamdi Chikode, Enwerem Ato, Victor Nwokporo, Light Obonna, and others. Mr. Speaker, if you permit me, I will read this petition before I lay it before the House. This petition is forwarded by members of the concerned youth of Umuriasa, Isimiri Autonomous Community in Okwa West Local Government Area of Abia State, over the arbitrary operations of Inner Galaxy Steel Company Limited, bordering on a number of issues, such as unscrupulous labor practices, violating extant laws, also gross environmental pollution to water resources of villages and communities, depriving inhabitants of the use of waterways and other natural resources, such as fish. The land has also suffered pollution. And
I don't think if there is a need for you to read the content, the details of, you can just proceed and submit your petition, please.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I proceed now to lay the petition before the House. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Victor?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for yielding the floor. My name is Honorable Victor Obuzo. I represent the good people of Ahoda West, Oba Egbema Ondoni Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Rivers State. Mr. Speaker, this petition is it reads, a petition against the unlawful dismissal of Lance Corporal Odu Odereke, who is one of my constituents. I was saddened to get the information. And it was signed by himself, Odu Odereke. Mr. Speaker, I seek the leave of the House to lay this petition.
Please go ahead.
Thank you.
Dr. Patrick?
Thank you, Your Excellency, the Right Honorable Speaker. My name is Dr. Patrick Umar, and I represent the entire people of Ikorekpene, Esienudum, Obodokara Federal Constituency. The Speaker, I'm a proud son of Akwa Ibom State. The Speaker, I have a petition authored by Nsiene Charles of Prospect Chambers and Co., seeking legislative intervention in the case of illegal occupation, vandalization and destruction of hostels and properties valued at the sum of 2 billion. Mr. Speaker, I crave your indulgence and that of this House to lay this petition. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Please go ahead. Honorable Ikenga?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, distinguished honorable colleagues. My name is Ikenga Imo Ugochinyere. I represent the good people of Idato North, Idato South Federal Constituency. I'm from Imo State. Mr. Speaker, I arise to raise a petition from the Ohaneze Ndigbo Youth Council over the unlawful abduction, illegal detention of Comrade Ibayaka, O Ibayaka, the national president of Ohaneze Ndigbo Youth Council from Owerri, on the alleged instigation of the governor of Ebonyi State, Nwifuru, and the Nigerian police force, and a call for the intervention of the House. With your kind permission, Mr. Speaker, I'll proceed to lay the petition.
Please go ahead. Any more petitions? None? All petitions are referred to the Committee on Public Petition for further legislative action. Honorable colleagues, it's my honor and privilege to introduce Rep. Okechinda, our minority leader, who has a matter he feels is of urgent public importance for your kind consideration. Honorable Chinda.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My dear colleagues, I'm very grateful for yielding the floor to me. My name is Kingsley Chinda. I represent Tobiabo Federal Constituency. I'm an Ikwere man from Rivers State. Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I rise this morning pursuant to Order 8 Rule 5 of our standing rules to ask that this matter be seen as very urgent and important for this hallowed chamber to take it this morning. The matter is on the need for us to investigate the utilization of takeoff grants, bailout funds, and interventions allocated to ministries, departments, and agencies of government. Of course, these funds have not been properly utilized. And under sections 88 and 89 of the Constitution, you know that that is one of our core duties to ensure that we checkmate either misuse or maladministration of funds that we appropriate. I will please urge this House to see this as an important matter that this House ought to consider this morning. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Fage.
Mr. Speaker, distinguished honorable colleagues, my name is Barrister Muhammad Bello Shehu, representing the people of Fage Federal Constituency. I'm from Kano State, and I rise to second the motion as ably moved by my leader as urgent enough to be had on the floor of this House this morning. I so second, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is have it. Second leg of the motion. Honorable Komoti.
Thank you, esteemed Speaker. Honorable members, my name is Kwamoti Bitrus Laori, representing the Amsa Numan Lamode Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the second leg of the motion moved by Minority Leader. I so second.
Yeah, after. Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is have it. Honorable Chinda, you have the floor.
Thank you, my dear colleagues. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The motion is on the urgent need to investigate utilization of takeoff grants, bailout funds, and interventions allocated to ministries, departments, agencies, institutions, and government-owned enterprises from 2015 to present day. The House notes the provisions of Section 88(2)(b) of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria that empowers the House to expose corruption, inefficiency, or wastage in the management of public funds appropriated by the National Assembly. The House notes further that the effective utilization of public funds is paramount to fostering accountability, transparency, and trust in MDAs and government institutions. The House recognizes that over the years, the government has allocated takeoff grants, intervention funds to existing and newly established agencies and institutions to support their foundational operations, as well as bailout funds to various agencies designed to facilitate specific services and settle outstanding liabilities. The House is worried that the persistent allegations of the diversion and mismanagement of these funds, as well as the potential failure to utilize them for their intended purposes, thereby undermining the effectiveness of vital public services and projects. The House is concerned that the significant financial losses resulting from the mismanagement of these funds represent a substantial drain on the public resources that could have been used for essential services and national development in line with Section 14(2)(b) of the Constitution. The House is also concerned that the misuse of takeoff grants, bailout funds, and other interventions has severely compromised national developmental goals, hindering progress towards critical social and economic objectives. The House is aware that the misappropriation of these funds has led to a demonstrable deterioration in the quality of public service delivery and compromised the security of the nation, thereby undermining public trust in government effectiveness. The House is also aware that the lack of stringent oversight and monitoring mechanism may contribute to the inefficiency in the deployment of these resources, resulting in wasted funds that could otherwise be utilized to improve the good intended government policies and as well as safe and secure lives of citizens. The House is therefore called upon to resolve to constitute a special committee to conduct an immediate investigation into the utilization of takeoff grants, bailout funds, and interventions allocated to MDAs, government institutions, and GOs from 2015 to date. Assess compliance with existing regulations and guidelines regarding the management and reporting of these funds, including any instance of diversion or misappropriation. And finally, make recommendations for the enhancement of regulatory frameworks, sanctions, monitoring systems, and accountability measures to ensure the effective and intended use of public funds in all relevant sectors, and report back to the House within 4 weeks for further legislative action. Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I so humbly move.
Any seconder? The Deacon.
Thank you very much, the Right Honorable Speaker Tajuddin Abbas, PhD, ECON. My name is Chike John Okafor, PhD. I represent the good people of Ehimembano, Ihitu Boma, Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, from Imo State, I rise to second this motion ably moved by one of the leaders in this 10th Assembly and one of the long-standing legislators we have, in this House of Representatives, Kingsley Chinda. Mr. Speaker, I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is have it. This motion is referred to another committee to be constituted in due course. The second motion is coming from Honorable Victor Obuzo. Honorable Victor, if you are around, please can you rise and move your motion?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Victor Obuzo. I represent the good people of Ahoda West, Oba Egbema Undoni Federal Constituency. I'm from Rivers State. Mr. Speaker, I rise to move. I come under 8 Rule 5 to move a motion that the House should allow
Honorable Peter Apanke, please
for
can
the
you
urgent need
approach
to
the
investigate
chair?
the
Honorable Peter Apanke, please go ahead.
Mr. Speaker, I come under Order 8 Rule 5 that the House see this motion as urgent for me to move on the need to investigate the non-compliance and enforcement of the Nigerian Civil Aviation Act, and to also come under Order 9, Rule 2, that the House suspends its rules for this motion to be heard. Mr. Speaker, I so move.
Any seconder? Honorable Shetima.
Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I'm Lawan Shetima Ali, representing the good people of Brusari, Gaidam, in the Federal Constituency, and from your basis, sir. I rise to second the motion ably moved by my colleague. I so second, sir.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. This motion is referred to the committees on aviation and industry
Sir,
for
I've not
further
moved the motion, Mr.
legislative
Speaker.
action.
We've not moved the motion. We just
Oh, you didn't
requested-
move?
Yes, sir. So the second leg has to be seconded.
Any seconder to the second leg, Honorable Bargaja? You know, it's always getting to 12.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Ramadan is starting to kick.
My distinguished honorable colleagues, order please, order please. Please, let's be seated.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. My respected honorable colleague, I remain Honorable Bargaja Mohammed, the Shatima of Gobir Kingdom, member representing Isa and Sam Prayer Constituency. I'm from Sokoto State. I raise to second the motion, second leg of the motion, able by my colleague, Mr. Speaker, I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Honorable Victor, you have the floor.
Mr. Speaker, this motion is on the urgent need to investigate the non-compliance and enforcement of Nigerian Civil Aviation Act 2022, NACA 2022, and Part 19 of the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority Regulations 2023, that air carriers are generally liable for damage occasioned by delay of carriage of its passengers and their luggages. Mr. Speaker, the House notes that the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, in its 2024 half January to June year passenger traffic record analysis of flight delays, shows the following. Air Peace recorded 5,350 delays in 11,111 flights. Aero contractors, 740 delays in 1,992 flights. Arik Air, 1,378 delays in 2,331 flights. Value Jet, 1,659 flights, as against 582 delays. Mr. Speaker, the list goes on, and for want of time, I'm going to skip listing about 15 delays experienced by passengers occasioned by these air carriers and companies. The average flight operated to flight delay ratio is one of the lowest indices, juxtaposed with global standards, and more dishearteningly below African aviation standards. Dismayed that despite the laws of the Federal Republic of Nigeria that has created liability for air carriers when they delay flights or mishandle baggage in order to ensure their accountability and the protection of passenger rights, these flight delays and cancellations persist.
Honorable Victor.
Yes, sir.
Please just halt for a second. My attention has just been drawn to the fact that this same motion has been moved by Honorable Kelechi in the recent past. So please, can you just halt a little? Let's find out from Honorable Kelechi when his motion was passed. Because if it is more than 1 year old, it is entitled to be represented if no action has been taken. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The right, Honorable Speaker. My name is Honorable Kelechi Nwogu. I speak for the people of Ichie Omuma Federal Constituency. Right, Honorable Speaker, I'm from Rivers State, the treasure base of the nation. Yes, Mr. Speaker, I've moved this motion, but I think it's more than a year ago. My colleague, my honorable colleague, Honorable Chinedu, moved it last time. I think I also called the House attention to it. So I don't know how the House...
And no action has been taken on the previous motion moved?
No,
nothing.
No action.
So it's good to go. Please go ahead, Honorable Victor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. So we're dismayed, the House is dismayed that despite the laws of the Federal Republic of Nigeria that has created liability for air carriers when they delay flights or mishandle baggage in order to ensure that accountability and the protection of passenger rights, these flight delays and cancellations persist. That has resulted in economic losses to both persons and businesses. In Nigeria, these liabilities are provided for in the Nigerian Civil Aviation Act 2022 and Part 19 of the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority Regulations 2023, which provides that air carriers are generally liable for damage occasioned by delay of carriage of its passengers and their baggage, except the air carrier proves that it and its servants or agents took all measures that could reasonably be required to avoid the damage, or that it was impossible for the carrier and its agents to take such measures. The air carriers provides proofs that the damage was caused or contributed to by the negligence or wrongful act or omission of the passenger. Furthermore, Part 19 of the Act classifies delay of flights take-off time into flight delay, which is sub-classified into domestic and international flight delays, tarmac flight delays, and rescheduling or cancellation of flights. Mr. Speaker, the House is disheartened that despite the liability for domestic flight delays varies based on...
Honorable Victor, please
Yes,
can
sir.
you summarize this motion? It's too long.
Okay, sir.
It's too long. Please
Thank you, Mr.
summarize.
Speaker. Thank you. So, Mr. Speaker, I will just go straight into the prayers. I'll go straight into the prayers, Mr. Speaker, that the House resolves to mandate the House Committee on Aviation to cause the Ministry of Aviation to put a place protocol for the reinforcement of punitive measures against air carriers. 2, to urge the Ministry of Aviation through the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority to sanitize the aviation industry and see to the strict adherence of the Nigerian Civil Aviation Act. and Part 19 of the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority regulations. And finally, to mandate the House Committee on Industry through the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission to ensure compliance to the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Act 2018 by air carriers in safeguarding the interests of consumers via compensation and or any fair dealings as deemed fit by the Commission. Mr. Speaker, I so move.
Chair procurement, can you second, please?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues. My name is Idem Unyime, member representing Ukanafu Norowana Federal Constituency of Akwa Ibom State. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the motion as moved by my colleague. I so second. Thank you.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. This motion is referred to the Committees on Aviation and Industry for further legislative action. The last but not the least is a motion coming from Honorable Architect Salman Idris. If Salman Idris is around, please can you rise and move your motion?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My distinguished honorable colleagues, I come under rule. I am Architect Salman Idris. I speak for Kababunu Ijumu Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Kogi State. Mr. Speaker, I come under Order 8, Rule 5, to raise a matter of urgent national importance. It is the need to address the incessant terrorist attack and kidnapping across Kababunu Ijumu Federal Constituency of Kogi State. Mr. Speaker, I seek the indulgence of the House to move this motion.
Any seconder to the first leg of the motion? Honorable Sani?
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Distinguished colleagues, Sani Ibrahim Tanko is my name. I represent the very good people of Sherai Giade from Bauchi State. I rise to second this motion heavily moved by my colleague. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Second leg of the motion, Honorable Kelechi.
The Right Honorable Speaker, I remain Kelechi Wogu. I'm from Rivers State, representing the people of Ichi Omoma Federal Constituency. I rise to second the motion moved by my colleague. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Honorable Salman.
It is a matter of public urgent importance on the need to address the incessant terrorist attack and kidnapping across Kababunu Ijumu Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, the House note with concern the harrowing plight of the people of Kababunu Ijumu Federal Constituency, especially Bunu land, which are besieged by relentless terrorist attacks, kidnapping, and bloodshed. Our once peaceful communities now reach under the yoke of terror, with lives lost, families shattered, livelihood destroyed. Aware of the incessant terrorist attack in Kaba, Odoape, Ofere, Ekeriade, Kiriland, and its environs, all in Kababunu Ijumu Federal Constituency of Kogi State, where people have been gruesomely murdered and many kidnapped over the past few months, with the most recent being the attack on some communities in Kiriland that are bordered with Kwara and Niger states. This further makes combating the activities of the terrorist groups extremely difficult. Also aware that the Kogi State government under His Excellency Alhaji Ahmed Usman Ododo is doing his best to ensure adequate security across the length and breadth of the state by leaving no stone unturned. However, the issue of security is so crucial that the state government alone cannot adequately tackle terrorism and kidnapping. Worried that terrorist attacks and kidnapping have now become a recurrent issue in my federal constituency, especially Kiri communities in Bunu land, where there's complete absence of security presence in more than 30 communities that stretch over 40 kilometers. Further worried that the recent terrorist attacks on Kiri communities that played host to most of the people who are displaced from their ancestral homes in other states are now under attack. Residents now live in fear, despair, with many unable to go to the farm and schools for fear of being kidnapped and attacked. Saddened that these attacks have led to displacement of many people from the communities, with businesses closed down and farmers unable to access their farms as a result of the unprovoked attacks on the communities. Concerned that 20 lives have been lost in the last 6 weeks alone, and if no drastic measure is taken, this may gradually cripple not only the educational system, but also the means of livelihood of everyone across Kiri land that is hitherto known to be one of the food production hub of the state. Convinced that deployment of military intelligence-driven policy through advanced surveillance will help in combating the activities of the terrorist groups that are making lives difficult for the people of Kiri and the entire Kababunu-Ijumu Federal Constituency, the House resolves to observe a minute silence in honor of people gruesomely murdered by the terrorists, mandate the House Committees on National Security and Intelligence, Army and Police to liaise with security agencies for the establishment of a forward operating base and deployment of police in order to restore security to the area. Also urge the National Emergency Management Agency to provide relief materials to the displaced people. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Mohammed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable colleagues, I am Garba Ibrahim Muhammad. I represent Gwale Federal Constituency. I'm from Kano State. Mr. Speaker, I rise this afternoon to second this motion as ably moved by my colleague. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. This motion is referred to the Committees on National Security and Intelligence, Army, Police, and the National Emergency and Preparedness Committee for further legislative action. Please, shall we rise for a minute silence, please? May the soul of the departed rest in peace. Please, can you move that the House resolve to executive session to discuss some private matters? Yes.
Right Honorable Speaker, Francis Ejirogane Waive is my name. I represent the entire people of Ugele North, Ugele South, and Udu. I'm from Delta State. I rise to move that the House do dissolve into an executive session to discuss some urgent matters. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Lamborura.
Speaker, esteemed colleagues, I rise to second the motion ably moved by the Chairman of Rules and Business. The House do resolve for an executive section. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. House has resolved into executive session. Please, members of the media and non-members, please excuse us for just 10-15 minutes. Don't go far.